Hi, best friends. My name is Kimya Motley, and I am the founder of Haven of Light International. And I'm also your resilient strategist. And I want to talk to you today about father-daughter relationships in celebration of Father's Day, which was yesterday. I saw so many posts on my social media timelines that I said, you know what? I need to make a post about fathers and daughters. Now, before I go any further, I want to give you a trigger warning because something that I say during this broadcast might trigger you, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to trigger some negative memory in you and then not give you some resources to help deal with it. So if I trigger something, you've got to inbox me. Is that a deal? Pinky promise? All right, let's begin. In 2011, my ex-husband shot me multiple times, and he shot my daughter as well, who was 10 years old at the time. Now, neither of us were expected to live, but we did by God's grace. And it's because of that reason I started Haven of Light International, because I know that my testimony is my most powerful weapon. So I know when I use my voice, I can help free other people from the prison of domestic violence, either through prevention or intervention efforts, okay? So for that reason, I try to do everything I can to educate people about gender-based violence. Now, my relationship with my father was the foundation of everything in my life. It gave me my self-esteem, which was very low, and it also formed my opinions on what I thought about men. So fathers, I need you to know that your relationship with your daughter could form the basis for everything else, especially how she grows to be a strong, confident young woman, okay? Now I'm going to give you 3 tips for what you can do to help ensure that she grows up to be healthy, happy, and secure in who she is in a woman. Now there are several things I could tell you, but just 3 of them today, okay? Number 1. You need to make sure that you're spending quality time with your daughter. Now, this is one of those areas that my father did pretty well. We built model airplanes together and we flew them. We baked and we cooked together. Like, my palate today is awesome. I will eat any type of cuisine, and that's probably because of my father's influence. But also, he did things that were negative when he spent time with me. For example, he did cheat on my mom, and he would take me, his young daughter, with him when he was going to cheat. I met his other girlfriends. Now you're talking about I'm somewhere between the ages of 5 and 7. I should not have been anywhere with him when this was going on. So what should you do instead? Instead, with whatever your daughter would like to do, those are the things you should try to do with her. If your daughter likes tea parties, sit down and pour some juice and have some cookies with her and have tea party. If your daughter is into sports, go to her games, coach her games, cheer her on from the sidelines. If your daughter likes to make those little silly social media dance videos, make a social media dance video with her. Laugh together, post it and see how many likes you get. Those things show your daughter that you care about what she does, who she is as a person. So, spend quality time with her. Number 2, you need to ensure that you're using words of affirmation and praise with her. This is one of the areas where my father did not do so well. When I was a young girl, he would call me Blimp. That was his nickname for me because I was overweight. He thought this was a cute little name for me, but instead I grew up with a complex thinking that I'm fat. By the time I was a teenager, he started calling me the B word. And he actually thought that was cool. He was like, "You're my bee." And I'm like, "No, Daddy, I want to be your princess." Like the things that I saw on TV. And he thought that it was cool to call me the bee. I don't remember my father ever telling me that I was pretty. I don't remember him ever telling me that I look nice. I just remember several instances of negative things that he said. Now, grades were important to my father, So when report cards came out, I would get $1 for every A, and I would earn 50 cents for every B. And that's probably one of the reasons why all through school, all through college, I always earned good grades, because I knew that was a way to gain my father's admiration. You don't want to do that with your child. You need to look for ways to affirm her, especially when her love language is words of affirmation. So if she looks nice, tell her she looks nice. Tell her that her hair looks nice. Go beyond that. If she's getting good grades in school, tell her that you're proud of her for her good grades. Tell her that you really love the way she cleaned her room. Tell her that you really love the way that she's taking responsibility for things. And when she fails, because she's going to, you fail at things, I fail at things. When she fails, you need to be right there to show her that she can rebound after adversity. Your voice is going to be so pivotal in building capacity for her to be strong and stand in the face of many things, especially unhealthy relationships. Number 3, you need to model a life of respect. It's not enough to just say, respect yourself, respect others, respect me. No, you have to model that respect. Remember when I told you earlier that my father called me the B word? Well, he called every woman in his life the B word. His mother, his sisters, my mom, his daughters, every woman he dated after my mom divorced him, we were all B's. So that taught me that men say disrespectful things to women. So what do you think happened when I was a teenager and boys called me the B word? Or when I was a young woman and boys called me the B word? I accepted that because my father called me that. Additionally, and this is another thing that could possibly trigger you, when I remember before my mom left my father, and I had to be somewhere between 5 and 6, I was asleep and they were having a fight. My father woke me up, he brought me into the living room, and he said, "Look at what your mother made me do to her. Look at what your mother made me do to her." He had broken her collarbone. She was crying, she was holding her shoulder, she was huddled up in the corner, and all I could think in my 5-year-old mind or 6-year-old mind was, what in the world could she have done that was so bad to make him do this to her? So he taught me through his example that women do things to make men act violently towards them. Now, was that the truth? Absolutely not. But that's what he modeled for me. He modeled those things for me. So it's important for you as a dad to model a life reflective of respect. If you mess up, don't be afraid to say, "Hey, I messed up. I'm sorry. I apologize for doing this thing." Don't be afraid to show your feelings to your daughter. Make sure that she knows that you're always there for her. And it's nothing wrong with asking for forgiveness. I know sometimes parents think that it shows a sign of weakness to say, "Hey, will you forgive me?" But that's a big thing for a girl to be able to see her father model that empathy and respect. And here is something that is very important. If you're not with her mother, or if you are with her mother, it's important that she sees the respect you model towards her mom. Even if you hate her guts, you need to show your daughter that you can co-parent with her mom with respect. Even if that woman is being disrespectful to you, I need you to take the leadership role to consistently model respect, and everybody will follow suit, okay? So listen, if you want more information from me about any topic dealing with domestic violence, I want you to follow me on KemiaMotley.com. If you want to give to our organization, Haven of Light International, you can do that at havenoflightint.org. And you can also purchase my book on KemiaMotley.com. Listen, you can rebuild your life one day at a time and with God by your side. Until next time.